Today's trade added $204.88 to the small account in just 27 minutes. That's a 24% gain in just one trade. But the crazy part isn't the money. The crazy part is that the key levels for this trade were posted inside of our Discord at 5:32 a.m. Mountain Time. The trade didn't even trigger until 5:44 a.m. Mountain Time. That means the move was mapped 12 minutes before it even happened. So the real question is this. When POLA pulled back and tested $2.28, was that weakness? Or was that the moment the chart quietly confirmed that the move was about to continue? Because if you understand that moment, you start seeing the market very differently. If you've been trying to grow a small account and you've been taught to chase green candles or buy the breakouts or copy somebody else's trade after it's already moving, this is exactly why so many traders are stuck. Today's POLA move was not a random move, and it was not hindsight either. Inside our Discord, the preparation alert went out at 5:32 a.m. Mountain Time. That alert listed key institutional levels before the trade ever triggered. My actual entry did not happen until 5:44 a.m. Mountain Time, and that's a 12-minute head start. And in trading, 12 minutes can be the difference between being prepared and chasing like your hair's on fire. That is the difference between reactive trading and predictive trading. Most traders open their charts looking for an opportunity. My Discord members open their charts already knowing where the important decisions are likely to happen. And today that made all the difference. POLA started getting attention from retail speculation around Strait of Hormuz tensions, and the stock surged intraday. But instead of chasing that early move, I let the chart show me whether it was building something tradable. Price had already climbed from around $1.90 to $2.39 on relatively low volume. Then it pulled back and started forming support right here at this $2.17 level. And that matters because if I'm going to take a small account trade, I need hard numbers that make sense. I'm not interested in vibes or how I feel about it. I'm not interested in hope. I'm not interested in, well, maybe if it just keeps going. I want a defined entry, a defined stop, and a range of opportunity that gives me a reward at least 3 times my risk. And this setup had all of that. Right before entry, price bounced off the 50 EMA and then started consolidating while slightly climbing around that $2.17 intraday support level. Volume was relatively low, but it was increasing enough to make the trade workable for my smaller share size. So the question became very simple. Could price hold the key daily institutional level at $2.28 and then continue to at least $2.57 on increasing buyer volume? If yes, the setup was valid. If no, the setup was invalid. And that's what structured trading looks like. You know what has to happen, and you know what would break the idea. So the entry came in at $2.20 at 5:44 a.m. Mountain Time, and I took 394 shares. My risk per share was just 3 cents. That means the total dollar risk on this trade was only $11.82. That's it. Just $11.82 of risk. Now compare that with what a lot of traders are doing every morning. They're throwing money at random momentum, chasing candles that are already overextended, trying to mirror some fast-talking YouTubers' scalp entry. 2 candles too late. And then they act shocked when the market slaps them like a mosquito at a barbecue. This setup was different. The range of opportunity was clear. From the $2.20 entry with the stop built around that $2.17 support, I had only 3 cents of downside risk per share. But the upside potential to $2.57 was already meaningful. And if momentum held, the next key Discord institutional level was $2.73. So this wasn't just a trade. This was an asymmetric opportunity. Tiny defined risk, large potential reward. And after entry, price moved exactly the way you want to see it move when a setup is beginning to confirm. It climbed quickly on increasing volume and pushed into this $2.57 Discord institutional level. But the real confirmation came a little later. At 5:54 a.m. Mountain Time, POLA pulled back. And this right here was the moment that decided whether the trade would actually work. If you miss this detail, you'll never fully understand why the move continued. This is where most traders get emotionally messy. This is where the green candle crowd starts sweating. This is where people who don't understand structure start saying things like, oh no, maybe it's over. But the pullback did something very important. It held the $2.28 Discord institutional level. That is watching price respond to a level that was already mapped in advance and prepared for. And once $2.57 got reclaimed and defended, price began stair-stepping higher toward the next Discord institutional level at $2.73. And that's another detail people miss. Price doesn't just randomly float around like it's drunk in a Walmart parking lot. It moves in between important decision areas. And when you already know what those areas are in advance, before the move even happens, you stop trading like a victim and start trading like somebody who actually understands what the chart is doing. Then came the exit. At 6:08 a.m., price printed a high of $2.73, and that was the key level. But volume on that push was lower, and that matters. Then the next candle attempted a retest, but it only reached $2.72, also on lower volume, and that's a hard number clue that the move is likely becoming extended. So that's where I exited at $2.72 and got out at 6:11 a.m. Mountain Time. Total time in the trade was 27 minutes. Now let's talk about numbers, because yes, numbers matter. The entry was $2.20. The exit was $2.72. That's a 52-cent move per share. On 394 shares, that added $204.88 to the account. Again, the total risk on the trade was only $11.82, and the result was $204.88 added. That's approximately a 17.3 R, not 2R, not 3R, not some tiny little scalp for lunch money, but 17.3 R. And in terms of the challenge account, that one trade produced a 24% gain on the account in 27 minutes. That's the kind of number small account traders need to pay attention to. Not because it means every day will look like this, but because it shows what becomes possible when the risk is tight and the levels are mapped and prepared for in advance and the opportunity is real. Now let's update the challenge scoreboard. Coming into today, the account balance was $867.77. After today's POLA trade added $204.88, the new account balance is now at $1,072.65. So from the original $500 starting balance just a few days ago, the account is now up 114.5%. Guys, that's not a typo, 114.5%. And the reason that number matters isn't the bragging rights. It's that this entire challenge started with just $500 a few days ago. And in terms of the overall challenge target, the goal is to bring this account to $2,500. So the scoreboard now shows the challenge is 42.9% of the way to the goal balance. And the total $2,000 growth needed to go from $500 to $2,500, this challenge has now completed 28.6% of that required growth. The remaining amount needed to reach the target is now $1,427.35, with 16 trading days left. The simple average pace needed from here is only about $89.21 per remaining trading day. Guys, these are real numbers. This is real progress. And this is exactly why I built this gig worker comparison challenge. Because if we compare today's trade to common gig work pay using a simple estimate of about $20 an hour, then today's $204.88 is equivalent to about 10.2 hours of gig work. And this trade only took 27 minutes. Now, I'm not saying that trading is easy, and I'm definitely not saying that people should come here with stars in their eyes. What I am saying is this. When you have real preparation, real institutional levels, real risk control, and real structure, the range of opportunity can completely change how small account growth looks like. And that's the whole point. Because too many traders are being taught broken methods. They're being taught to react. They're being taught to chase. They're being taught that a green candle, no matter how big or stretched, means enter. And when those methods burn them, they think something's wrong with them. And guys, it's not their fault. It's that they were simply taught garbage. And that's why Discord matters. Because the Discord is where the institutional levels are mapped well in advance before the move. Today's POLA alert went out at 5:32 a.m. Mountain Time. My entry was 5:44 a.m. Mountain Time. That means the chart was already framed and prepared before the opportunity fully developed. And that is what preparedness looks like. That is what predictive price action looks like. So here's the question that I want you to answer in the comments section. When POLA pulled back at 5:54 a.m. Mountain Time and held that $2.28 institutional level, would you have recognized that as strength and potential continuation, or would you have assumed that the move was over? Because your answer tells me a lot about where you are as a trader. And if you're ready to learn how to see charts this way in advance before the move even happens, that's exactly what we build inside of the Discord mentoring community. Thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes today for this small account gig worker comparison challenge. I hope this video helped you see the chart just a little more clearly. And remember, guys, see the structure, ignore the noise, and trade what's qualified. And let's build those small accounts together. And I'll see you in the next video.